Assalamu alaikum. Hope you all are doing well. This is me Mahanur and I am a student of BS Physics from a well-renowned university, Fatma Jinnah Women University. Today, I am going to crystallize the importance of a recycling-based project which I have chosen as my final project. So before diving into the whole description and the detail of my project, let us have a quick review about the definition of recycling, that what recycling really is and how we can put it in 2 or 3 lines. Recycling is a process through which we can convert the waste materials into the useful materials, okay? And this project of mine is going to make use of this process recycling to reduce air pollution and to reduce the land pollution. So the things that are required for making this project are wooden fruit crates, soil, plants, some of the brushes, and some of the vibrant colored paints. And this whole project, the description of this whole project, I can put it in 2 lines as waste fruit crates can be used to make the growing beds of different plants. So before making any project, we know that the question that arises is that what is the advantage of making this project? There are some of the pros and there are some of the cons behind each and every act. And this project of mine comes up with tons of objective, tons of pros. And some of the advantages of this project are that it prevents pollution. How do it prevents pollution? We know that planting trees and making the use of recycling based project is the main and the vital tool to prevent the pollution. It prevents land pollution, it prevents air pollution. The second main objective is that it saves money. Now we know that whenever we have a plan in our mind that we are going to plant some of the flowers, the main thing which we need is a flower pot. And when we go to market to buy those flower pots, we know that they are quite expensive and we do waste a lot of money on buying them. So instead of wasting our money on buying the flower pots from market, we can make the flower pots by using the old fruit crates, and it do saves a lot of money of ours. The third objective is that it protects the environment. Now all of us are aware with the thing that planting trees is directly proportional with protecting the environment. We are going to plant more and more trees, and as a result the impact of this act of ours is going to be reflected through the environment. The environment is going to get a lot more greener, a lot more fresher. Now the fourth objective is that it reduces the incarnation. I hope that all of you are familiar with the word incarnation, but still let me give you a quick review. That incarnation is a process through which we reduce the environmental waste by burning it at a very high temperature. You might have had come across some of the dumpy areas where we dump a lot of trash. How do they lower down the volume of that trash? They just simply burn that thing up at a very high temperature. And when they burn those waste materials, what happens? This burning process releases a lot of toxic gases, and those toxic gases serve as a main route for acid rain. So this process, these recycling based projects, these are some of the little steps which we can take in order to protect our environment, in order to protect our air, and in order to make our air stop from getting even more contaminated. Now the fifth objective is that it produces fresh air. Planting trees and taking these kind of little step is going to have a very high impact on our environment as well, on the fresh air as well, because when we are going to plant trees, they are going to release a lot of oxygen, and our air will get even more filtered by planting those trees. Now after discussing those 5 little objectives of this project, the turning point is that this project covers the major 3 SDGs. SDG basically it is a short form for Sustainable Development Goals. What are Sustainable Development Goals? These are total of 17 goals. These are total of 17, we can say, goals which were made by United Nations in order to suppress the environmental issues And what are the environmental issues, the main burning issues of today's time? They are, like, for example, we can say poverty, injustice, uneducation, clean water, uh, life on land. These are some of the SDGs. And this project of mine, this recycling based project of mine, covers three main SDGs. And what are those? The first one is life on land, planting trees and making little projects like this one based on recycling. It improves the life on land. Second one is decent work and economic growth. And the third one is responsible consumption and production. When we are going to consume these waste products again, and to by reusing these useless items, we can consume these things responsibly. And these are the through this way we can cover the major three SDGs. Now, this slide basically comprises of the pictorial representation of my project. That this is the way, as you can see, that these are the wooden crates and I have put some of the soil in it. And after making that soil, after taking care of that soil for about 2 or 3 days, when this soil gets worthy of planting, I have put some of the flowers and some of the plants in it. And as you can see that this just creates a very refreshing and an eye-catching impact on anyone who just goes around by them. So this one is a pictorial representation of my project. So this was all about my project. As you can see that this was the very little step, a very, you can say, little step that you can take in order to play your part as a citizen, as a responsible citizen of this country or any society that you are living in. Thank you so much for getting tuned up till the end. I am really grateful to you guys for hearing me out. And at the end, I just want to conclude the whole thing up in one line, that plant trees and save the planet. Because whatsoever we have done to this earth, to this planet, we can just only undo that thing by planting more and more trees. Thank you so much.